with a nice beatific smile say, "And what will your grand leader do if you don't show us in and you leave his guest waiting in the fucking kitchen?" I'll just let you think on that. I'll be sure to tell him when we have the meeting.
There's a look of suspicion from the chef.
Charm. The minute he starts looking suspicious,
I was going to say, there's kind of a narrowing of his eyes. Cast it.
Yeah. As soon as I get that even flicker of suspicion, they'll be like, "Hey, I'm your best friend," magically. Don't fail me now, shitface.
Okay. You feel the magic kind of wash over him. It doesn't seem to do much. You kind of get the impression that it's warming him towards you, but it's not landed the full kind of weight of charm, and he's kind of like, "Yeah, fine, no problem, follow me." You should know that King Grol is in a meeting with the Black Spider's emissary. You cannot enter. You can wait over on those benches if you like, and when he's finished, before he starts beating the dwarf again, perhaps one of the runners could be sent.
Carl. Yep.
You can see Grundak kind of tightening his grasp on the axe. Okay.
Before he's about to do it, I'll be warning that, because some of them, like Brorna, won't know what's going on. So it'll just be
no
a quick,
idea what's going on. I don't understand anything.
It'll just be just be ready. In drow.
Interestingly enough, it goes really quiet, and you see the smile on Grundak get a bit broader, and the chef looks around, and then you see him mouth the words "alarm, alarm" before Grundak lamps him with the great axe. That will bring gazes up from the other goblins in the room.
Yep, I'd imagine to clean house.
Yes, as gazes come up, another one will die. Yeah.
Yep, running for a roll. Yep, you kill one. That leaves 4 more. And they scarper.
Try and take one of them with a bow shot.
Okay, so let's not do it in initiative order just yet. make your roll, Shepherd. Let's see what your snapshot is like. They have very low armor class.
Pretty good. Maximum damage and a fucking huge hit.
Yeah, that is a special shot. Yeah, you'll get one guy punched. It'll punch through the back of his head. Headshot. He'll just pitch over. That leaves 3 left.
I'll kick off a firebolt.
Firebolt, and you can make that roll. That's going to miss. Amarakis, what about you? What are you doing? Okay. Give a sacred flame. Oh. So the crit immolates this poor unfortunate.
Feel my righteous fire.
Yes, there's a kind of there's a moment as the kind of flash casts this huge shadow up against the wall, and then you just see him kind of pitter and patter away to dust from the huge, terrible conflagration. Yeah. So the other 2, though, the one that Brorna misses is heading back towards the way you guys came, and the other one, it's not a reflexive action. No. So you got one heading off, one way, and the other heading off the other way. They can get to the door this round, but they're outside your zone of silence. So the room, your zone isn't big enough. So they'll almost certainly get to shout some form of warning, even though you might drop them. Let's do initiative, please. Everyone remember to click on your icon.
I didn't do it.
Oh, I'm like never going.
You were all in good time.
I did click on mine. Mine's come up. Nobody else's.
You did. I know you did. Amarakis is on there.
I didn't. Oops.
That's because you're a Muppet.
14 though.
29. That's outrageous.
That's a natural 20.
Shepherd. Seriously.
Lumi, can you get yours on there as well, please?
Do you want me to I'll roll it again?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Maximum I can get.
I wish I'd made a mistake as well.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Okay. And last but by no means least, wow, Grundak goes at the bottom of the round with a fantastic 2. So, yep, let's start with the top of the round. Shepherd, you are on deck. There are two goblins heading off. You twang. Give me a roll. Give me that roll. Another crit. What is going on?
Another natural 20.
Yeah, headshot. Headshot. Another. This guy, it punches through and pins him to the door that he's trying to exit from. So he goes limp and hangs kind of waist high from the door that he was trying to open. Remarkable shot. Lumi, you're up.
Hand axe.
Okie dokie. Make your roll, hand axe boy.
Oh, I haven't got that in.
That's dex check, so
Is
it
it?
doesn't add your strength to it, no.
So do I just roll dex then?
No, you just roll your attack. Roll. Just take the modifier. You should have, if you've got hand axe as a ranged weapon on your sheet.
No, I haven't created it.
Okay, no worries. So
is it D20 plus my
D20
dex modifier? Plus my dex modifier.
Modifier plus your proficiency.
So it's D20 plus 4. Right. Do it, baby.
My magic.
I'm rolling. No. 8.
after all that.
Interesting enough, it hammers into the door next to him, and he'll pull. He's giving you all a chance. That's what it is. He's just giving you a chance to get involved.
I did.
Carp stole his mojo.
he pulls the door aside and heads through back towards the postern gate. But you can hear, you can see him shouting as he steps out into the corridor.
Whoops.
So next on deck, Amarakis. What you doing?
Maybe I should have waited.
Whole person? Yep. Make your roll. Is that, did you just roll your wisdom save? Okay. Just give me a basic casting roll, that'll be fine. Not your wisdom save modifier. Should be better than that. Yeah, that'll do. Yep. So you're doing hold person on the goblin. Okay, he'll go. He's kind of out the door, and you can just kind of see the back of him as you cast your hold person. It stops him in his tracks. How long does your zone of silence last for? Zone of silence.
Sorry, that was me. Rolling random tests.
Okay, no worries. Yep. So you can, like I say, you can see from this distance he's held, but not much more than that. And you can't hear anything at this point. Brorna, what's your action?
Who's left? Have we got still 2 left, or
Oh,
Then
you've got
the one that's held?
held.
I'll firebolt the one that's held.
Okay. Make me the roll, but I'm really only interested in your damage number.
5.
5. Okay. Yeah, you blast him. It's not enough to kill him, but you see the impact hammer into him, and it'll kind of knock him forwards, but he doesn't really move. He's held paralyzed by the spell.
Ha.
Back to the top of the round, Shepherd. Are you moving so you can get a better view?
If
You're staying where you are.
No, I need to be able to see him.
So like I say,
I get a clear shot on him.
Couple of steps. You're happy to take your shot. Go for it.
There we go. It finally fails.
Your arrow whistles past him, but you can see the doorway. The doorways in front of him open, and you can see the red of a bugbear step out into the corridor. And you can see the green of a goblin joining him, turning their attention this way.
Is this
Who joked about the slaughter being us?
Lumirakas, what you doing?
I'm advancing across the room to engage with my original plan was to engage and kill the one that's held. Yep. If I can get to him this round, I will dispatch him. Ready to engage with the bugbear next round.
Okay, no worries. Are you staying this side of the door? So you could, if you imagine the doorway was open, the goblin stepped through shouting alarm, and he's literally been held just on the other side of the doorway. So you could, in theory, you could run up, lunge and skewer him, and then step back to be this side of the door, so you're not facing all of them at once.
Yep.
Yep, no worries. Okay, make your attack roll then, please. Lumi. Next on deck, Amarakis. Okay, I'll drop you to the bottom of the round. Oh, okay, that is a killing blow. You run him through, and as soon as he's dead, he just drops to the ground. The whole person ceases to affect him. He'll just slump to the ground. But you can see a number of bugbears pouring out into this
number
area.
Being
at the moment you can see 6.
Oh shit.
There are clearly more, and there's the goblins have stepped out into the room, and as soon as they step out and they see the bugbears have stepped out, they step back into the room and stand there by the doorway, almost kind of reticent to come out.
Anyone got a sealed door?
So like I say, you can stand there, shield in front of you, and a set of these huge bugbears in the little hallway beyond. So you could hit them with it now.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
Sort out them bugbears then, brah.
Hey.
Okay. Ooh.
11.
Nasty. Right. So the first 6 bugbears are engulfed with this blast of lightning. It'll probably catch some of the goblins as well. The goblins will drop in that kind of blast of lightning. The bugbears don't, but it will stagger them, and they look pretty frazzled. Their fur is sort of stood on end as they kind of stagger, and then in a rage kind of race towards you. Amarakis, you're on deck. So are you going to move over to go next to him, almost kind of breathe over his shoulder? Okay. Yep, no, that's fine.
Resistant to lightning.
That means you only take half damage. That doesn't mean you're immune to lightning damage. It just means you take half. No worries. Make that I can see Lumirakas. I can't see yours.
No, I can't.
Lumirakas. Ah, okay. Yep, no worries.
Nice.
You fry them between the pair of you. One lightning breath, suddenly followed by the second one, fills the hallway with a torrent of lightning. The six that were in the hall that were kind of bearing down on the door are dead. The 4 goblins that were stood at the threshold are dead, and the 2 other bugbears that were sort of stood inside the guard room that they'd come out, which didn't get a chance, are mortally wounded with 2 points apiece. So sort of there's a huge explosion, and you guys can see this kind of that everything lights up around them, and you can, when you see them, their bodies just all over the floor of the hallway, just twitching gently as 2 bugbears step out with spiked clubs into the hallway, looking very unsure about themselves. Next
Do it again.
Next on the roster, can I do it once a day? Brorna, your action, please.
Can I see any of them, or am I in line of sight?
Yeah, you're in line of sight.
Just one thing, Phil. Did I take any damage from that then? Did he breathe over my shoulder or through me?
Yes.
Over my shoulder.
No, I think he would have. I think he would have caught you because it's a.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
5 foot wide blast. So
That's fine. I've taken 6 hits.
Yeah, no worries.
I'd have taken more from. I would have taken more from being whacked by bugbears. So
you would have, yes, absolutely. That firebolt, you'll see the kind of familiar glowing coals appear in a hand, and you fire it out. It rockets past the 2 blue dragons, kind of missing each of their heads by a handful of inches as it rushes between them and smashes one of the bugbears off his feet, setting his fur on fire as he drops dead, leaving one guy stood there looking confused, like, what the fuck happened? As he sort of, kind of half-heartedly steps up and goes to hammer Lumi.
Intimidation.
Yeah, he's going to come out and intimidate you guys. Let me make a roll. That's apt. Yeah, he gets a 1. He kind of runs up like staggering and hammers, literally kind of just aiming for the shield. Hammers on the shield with his spike mace. And to be honest, Lumi, you kind of take it easily. There's not that much force behind it. It ricochets off. Back to the top of the round. Shepherd, you're on deck.
I will just keep twanging. Just keep it twanging.
Please make a twang roll.
Twang. Yes, that wasn't a bad twang.
That is an exceedingly good one. An arrow passes, like I say, a handful of inches between the 2 blue dragons' heads, hammers into the last bugbear, who looks confused for a second, kneels down holding onto the shaft of the arrow and pitches to one side. It goes very quiet. Very quiet.
We can kill them all.
You're on mute, Matt.
sorry, I'm going to check.
Zone of silence.
Yeah.
Okay, cancel it. You can start to hear again. You
I
can
will
see the bodies of the bugbears are still twitching on the floor from the blast of lightning.
I will.
We did well.
I'm going to check, see whether or not there's any goblins left in the goblin room, or make sure that we're all cleared out.
Yep, sure. You go into both rooms. These are 2 guard rooms. The goblins' rooms have got a ladder. There's part of the ceiling has fallen away, and there's a ladder that heads up, which must kind of head west to the point where people were shooting or covering the postern gate entrance. So you can see the ladder here, some dirty bedrolls on the floor. But yeah, the 4 goblins that were here are dead.
Cool.
We did well.
Interestingly enough, you can't hear the sound of chittering from up above, but if you don't want to spend too much time in here, you could drag the bodies out and shut the door. No worries. Drag them out into the massacre, the worryingly bloodless massacre in the hallway. Look across at the bugbear room, and actually that's a remarkably similar pattern. So there was clearly 8 bugbears kipping down in this room. Their stuff's laid out here. If you want to search through it, you're more than welcome to. Their weaponry is pretty poor, to be quite honest.
I think we've got time for lootage. We need to get to
Yeah, I think we've probably...
mission objective. King Grol, was it?
Yep. King Grol. Yep. Head back out. You're back again in the kitchen, one would argue. So there is the entrance you've come in from, one across the way that has a dead goblin pinned to the door by his head, and 2 large doors on the other side of the room.
I will retrieve my axe, by the way.
Yep. No worries. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Are we gate crashing the meeting and killing them, or?
Bearing in mind that the Spiders put up a wanted poster for you, and there's a representative of the Black Spider here.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to go in and try and negotiate. They'll recognise me.
I know, but we just need to get in there. Anyway, we need to get in that room, and we need to do some serious violence of action and just kick ass, take names, and get the fuck out of here.
It would be good if we could take them hostage to find out. But death is also a possibility.
Death is also a possibility.
A full frontal assault then.
Torture is a form of communication. Okay.
Friendly touching, I call it.
Touching. Interesting. Yeah, so you're gonna which doorway are you gonna take? The dead goblin doorway or the big double door doorway?
Where does the big double door go to? Does that go? Do you say that goes west back towards?
That's heading east. So the dead goblin doorway is west. The double door doorway is east.
Double doors off a kitchen.
Which way were they looking? You know, when we were talking to them about the throne room and stuff, which way were they kind of looking?
They weren't.
Right.
Weren't really.
West.
They didn't kind of indicate when they were gesturing.
West is back towards the main entrance. East is
go east. Do the double doors and go deeper in. Start moving.
In that case, then you walk up to the double doors. How are you heading through? Probably don't.
yeah. The eye of the tiger.
So what are you doing? Are you sort of carefully pushing it open? You're going to kick it apart? Okay.
Violence of action.
Okay. You bash the doors open, and you see a long corridor in front of you, with a door on the left, a door on the right, and another big set of double doors at the end.
Attack the double doors.
The corridor is maybe 30 feet long. The door on the left-hand side is barred, has a sort of wooden bar across the front of it. The opposite side is open. The door at the end is a set of double doors that are closed.
Do not go near that race one.
Say again?
Good idea. Let's do that.
Okay. So, like I say, you walk along. You've got this barred door on the left, an open door to the right, and a big set of double doors down at the end of the corridor.
Check the open door.
Okay. You head up. There's no sound coming from the door that's barred. The other side, the door that's open, looks like a large guard room. There are maybe 20 beds here, bedrolls. These look different to the bugbear and goblinoid rooms. They're quite ordered. So, you know, the bedrolls are laid out. There's a sort of small organised sack at the end of each, at the foot of each bed. There's like water and food and stuff on a table to one side.
These the hobgoblins.
It must be
the same level of discipline from the patrol.
Yeah. This would fit that, but clearly they're out of patrol and they're not sat in here.
Yeah, same level of kind of discipline and organisation in the barracks.
Okay. So you can head past that up to the, if you're ignoring the barred door, you can head to the end to the big double doors. And you can hear raised voices from within.
Okay, I think this is the door that we need to attack.
Just one quick thing, Phil. I'm going to do laying on hands on myself and heal myself the 6 hits that I took from before, just to put me on full.
No worries. Yep. You can, no problem. That's easy to do. As you get closer, you can hear the sound of a bugbear speaking common.
That's King Grol.
Arguing. The voice is deep, so must be attached to a powerful figure. Similar in some ways. Do you remember fighting? You remember when you guys took on the Cragmaw outpost, and there was a big bugbear? You heard him speaking. This one's similar in size and from the kind of depth of tone of voice. But there's something else about it, something that's a little smarter. Like I say, as you get closer to the door, you can hear this argument going back and forth. It's a female voice that it's arguing with. And as you get a little closer, you hear the female voice say, in common, "That is not what we had agreed. My master will not sell them, will not pay for the map." And Grol says, "If you can have the dwarf, that was agreed, but the map is mine." And there's this back and forth between them, and it's seemingly getting heated. Are you putting boot to door?
That's the way we need to go. Well, before we go boot to door, we need to decide who's taking what target. So it's not just a fucking mass.
Yeah.
I think the two big tanks are going to have to go for King Grol by the sound of it. He sounds like a doozy.
I agree.
Okay.
We don't know if he'll have guards.
Probably.
Okay.
Right then.
Right.
Who's taking the spiders? Person.
I'll go for the spider.
Well, the spider's rab. Okay. That's no time like the present.
You definitely get a smile from Grundak as he.
I'm pretty much letting him off the leash, saying this is when we actually need you to make a lot of noise.
He takes a 2 or 3 steps and puts shoulder the door, crashes through, wielding this, and actually kind of bringing his great axe up above his head as he roars with aggression. He'll step in.
In with him.
You see 2 bugbears stood actually just inside the door, armoured though. So these are the first bugbears you've seen kind of wearing armour other than their thick sort of skin. And they turn to fight. Beyond them, you can see this must be the throne room. So there are kind of fur pelts scattered around the room, wall hangings that you would expect from a kind of tribal sitting. At the far end of the room, you've got a big, kind of broad-shouldered but with quite a hunch to his back, bugbear. You can also see his red fur. Most of them have got reddish fur. His beard and the top of his hair is greying. He wears kind of what looks like half plate, and holds a wicked looking hammer that's kind of balanced to one side. Stood opposite him is a dark elf female with robes that look somewhat similar, perhaps to Brorna's, kind of slightly ornate. The hood's pulled back, and she's arguing, like kind of pointing at Grol, kind of right up in his face. So they seem to have in this wicked argument. Hung on what looks like a meat hook near the throne is Gundren Rockseeker, alive. And as you guys come crashing through the door, this hook that must be in through his ribs somehow, you see him kind of jerk, and he looks up, kind of blinking. His face is just awash with bruises and cuts from the beatings he's taken, and his hands are mangled as though they've been smashed with hammers. And he just hangs there, but he kind of twitches when he sees you, clearly trying to muster some kind of composure. But the big bugbear with the greying beard and head turns and kind of roars and lifts his hammer. He goes, "Intruders!" And he'll turn, turns to the dark elf and then turns to you guys. And the dark elf will pull a pair of wicked-looking blades.
Oh,
and she kind of agile, quite nimbly jumps down to one side, and you see Grol kind of stepping away from her to head down towards you. Let's do a fresh set of initiative, please. So let me just clear the stuff. Please remember to click your icon. Let's get a fresh roster.
You're joking. Oh, God.
oh dear.
Right.
That's not so good.
Okay. Shepherd, you are at the top of the round. What is your action?
Do something epic rather quickly. 'Cause we're all standing around waiting to get bashed before we do anything.
I am going to do. Hang on. I'm going to do Distant Whispers on King Grol.
Okay, make me the roll.
14.
14. Okay, it hurts him. Do you want to roll me the damage?
Yeah,
Only takes half of it, but it's still enough. It could hurt.
Can everybody remember what it is? Is it 3d6 or 3d8? It's 3d6 psychic. It's shatter that does 3d8. Oh, fuck's sake.
Okay. Right. No worries. Yeah, you start off with your Dissonant Whispers. You see it take effect, so you seem kind of racked with pain. And he hollers and starts to charge down towards you guys. So I have to say, everybody else gets their action before the rest of you. So the two bugbears at the door, the Royal Guards, will have 2 on Grundak and 2 on Lumi.
Grundak's got less armour, so I'll give him the d6 for my Bardic this round on his armour class.
I get 1 hit on you, Matt. And I get and I get 1 hit on Grundak. So it's 2d8. Oh shit! Right. Luby take 13.
Oh, what?
And Grundak can take 16. As these two guys like kind of smash into you at full force. Kind of stopping your advance quite handily. Grol, you see, lifts up this kind of hammer, and he'll point it towards all of you. He casts some kind of magic, Okay, can everyone make me a dex save? Dexterity save, please, everyone.
Actually, are we on advantage for this? Because it's not an attack, is it? No.
You're not on disadvantage.
No, I've done it on advantage because Grundak's berserking, isn't he? Do you want me to reroll it?
Oh,
Yes, please.
Shepherd! No!
Oh,
Natural one.
natural one. Okay,
Comic books.
Lumirakas. Okay, Brorna and Lumi. This kind of wave of force, thunder wave, crashes into you, and it staggers both of you, but doesn't knock you flat. Grundak and Grundak and Lumi, you both hit the deck, and Shepherd, you are knocked well off your feet with your botch, and so it doesn't just knock you down; it does you 4 points of damage.
So hang on, was that
Concussive.
who you said Lumi? So I got 16.
It's Amarakis that's got 11.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Sorry, Amarakis, you drop. So both you and Grundak hit the ground. Shepherd, you hit the ground after you hit the wall.
It's Grundak down, did you say?
Grundak drops, yeah. Moving into a sort of flanking maneuver is the Dark Elf. You notice that her two blades are, when she unsheathes them, they are coated with some kind of glimmering liquid.
Oh.
So she pulls them out, and there's kind of poison clearly on the blades that seems actually to sort of steam slightly as she moves around to one side. She's moving into position this turn, but worryingly, it looks as though she'd be able to hit. She's moving to try and take Grundak. Okay, next on the roster, Amarakis, you are on deck. You were? You rise to your feet. Is there anything you wish to do as a bonus? Yeah, is there anything you want to do as a bonus action? Okay, no worries. Thank you. Brorna, what's your action?
I'm going to cast Acid Arrow at Dark Elf Bitch.
Make your roll.
Oh, shit. Wasted.
Fire it at her. And she dodges it.
Mm-hmm.
So you conjure the arrow, zip it towards her. She cackles with laughter as she kind of just only moves slightly, but it's just enough to throw your shot out. Your shot kind of zips past her and burns kind of big patch of corrosive acid onto the wall and the tapestry that was there. It hisses and pours sort of smoke off it. Lumi, you're on deck.
I'll hit the bugbear I'm on. Actually, I'm
Make
on
your roll.
mono, aren't I? Oh, sorry. I'll do Hunter's Mark first. Yep.
Okay.
Hunter's Mark and whack him. Oh, for fuck's sake. Natural one.
Natural one.
And look at that damage as well.
I know, that was a fantastic damage shot. It's a shame it missed. Amusingly, considering the huge force that he hit you with, it's kind of staggered you. Well, even though you strike, he kind of uses the pommel of his spiked mace to knock your blade to one side, and actually, in almost kind of riposte, hit you with the butt end, dealing you 2 points of additional damage. kind of cracks you around the jaw with it.
Oopsie.
But annoyingly, he cracks you around the jaw with it, and he's kind of already in the backswing for his return shot. So we go back to the top of the round. Shepherd, on deck, what are you doing? You're on mute.
Sorry, that's just because Kim just came in. We're talking to Kim. I'm just going to have to get up.
Okay, get up. Is there
I can't
anything
stay
you
on the
can do
floor
with
with all
your-
this shit going.
You could use your bonus action to use your bardic influence.
Yeah, I'll do that. What's the...
You're going to use it defensively or offensively?
No, I'm... Oh, shit, no. They're all going before all of them, aren't they?
Yep.
Fuck me. I'll have to give it to Grundak if, like, evil liquid knife bitch is going for him and give him the AC.
Okay. He does rise up at the end of the round. He acts last, so he manages to kind of stagger to his feet. Okay,
I'll give him the D6 AC for the...
okay, no problem. His AC is up. We go back through them. So the two guards will have another 2 double swings. They're going to go for the same 2 targets again. However, this time, Lumi, you're so lucky with dice tonight. Miss and miss.
Oh, that's what I needed.
And
I'm
that's
on half hits.
quite so lucky.
End of round 1, half hits.
Afraid one of them hits him for a crit.
Ooh.
I haven't got his sheet, but that's 13 points of damage, and he took 16 last time.
He's got 30. He's got 31 hits. He's got the same hits as me.
Just 13. I had a terrible damage roll, but he'll still be upright, but his wounds are terrible, guys. Blood pours down his chest from the wound he receives, and rushing in from the side is King Grol. King Grol, like he's heading towards Brorna. It looks like he's trying to seek out the softer targets. What's your armor class?
13.
13. Okay.
13.
Could use your shield ability to increase it.
Yield. Yes, I was going to say.
I advise.
I have it ready. I have shield. Do I just roll my int to do that? Yeah.
Don't need to. It's a reaction.
Right.
But it'll increase your armor class to the point where neither hits you. Yep. So
Neither. Just to roll,
he swings. I was going to say he swings this hammer. The first shot misses you narrowly. The second actually hits full force onto your shield, and you feel the shield give under the strike. It sort of fragments. You feel the magic kind of essence like scatter against you as it breaks the shield, but essentially absorbed his strike. Next up is the 2 attacks from the Dark Elf. She'll miss Grundak with 1 shot, and the second shot hits him, and he'll drop.
Oh.
Well, that puts us right in the shit.
Amarakis, you're on deck. Pull up that prayer of healing in the pull up prayer of healing in the chat window so I can see what it does. It's just a basic heal for everyone. Okie dokie. Yep, that'll do it. Everybody that's been in, please regain the appropriate level 8 points.
Yay!
That is a good thing. Okay, no problem. That fires off. Have you got any bonus action you'd like to do? Okay, no problem. Okay, the next person on deck, Brorna, you're up.
Yeah.
What you doing?
I'm magic missiling this time. If I go for the king, is he too close for me to use it, or?
Oh, you could use it. Go ahead.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, that's better.
That's chunky. That is right chunky. That is 12 points of damage. Okay. Yep. You blast. I was going to say you blast him with magic missile. You can see the kind of violet shards of energy crash into him. One of them he manages to seemingly deflect with his hammer, but the other two crash into him, dealing him some pretty nasty wounds, actually, by the look of it. And Lumirakas, you are on deck. What's your action, please?
I should have done this last turn, but I forgot. Am I on advantage or not because of Grundak's? So I'm still on advantage. Cool. That would have saved me one last time. Right. I'll whack him. Sorry, can I do Bane this time?
Yep, you can. Which will give you extra damage. Yep.
I know it's. So I looked it up. I think it's Bane is minus D4 to
Oh,
their.
sorry, Hunter's Mark. Sorry.
And I'll whack him. Yeah.
Give him a whack.
Give him a whack. I'm on advantage this time.
Ooh, okay.
21, 12. Is that a hit?
Yeah, that's a solid hit.
I'm going to Divine Smite him.
Okay, make your roll. That's what Paladins do, baby. I've hit him. I'll go all in.
Divine Smite deals radiant damage to the target.
26.
Dead mother. Yeah, you. Even though the actual kind of strike is kind of well poised, the Divine Smite, when it hits him, sends a sort of web of electricity coursing across his skin. He goes tense and just drops down dead, as the divine power of the eternal storm blasts him from his feet.
That's what should have happened last round.
Should have happened last round. It didn't. Never mind.
Grundak wouldn't be lying.
Grundak. Yeah, Grundak will hit his bugbear and hits on his damage. Oh, blimey, 16. He smashes the great axe down on his opponent, and actually knocks him to his down to kind of one knee. Okay, back to the top of the round. Shepherd, you are on deck.
Where's the dodgy bitch with the nasty knives?
Not too far from you, not too far from Grundak. Looks as though she's, to be honest, it looks like she nicked with one of these knives Grundak. I have to say his capacity for resisting poison is exceedingly good. So it doesn't seem to take hold, but it looks like she's waiting for that moment where the bugbear will attack and she'll step in and backstab him or something.
Right, I will use my last spell at day then and Dissonant Whispers her.
Make that roll.
Thank you.
Don't fuck up now, shithead. Yes! 23 for the roll.
Nice.
So now
Let's do that damage.
Now I just need the 3d6 to do something. 10. 10 psychic damage.
Okay. Virus.
Whisper my curses to her.
You see her kind of tighten up and spasm as the pain kind of rushes through her. She bites down, growls, and it doesn't drop her, but it hurts her bad. It looks like she's in great pain. The one remaining bugbear guard will split his attack, and he'll go one at Lumi that misses, one at Grundak which misses. Grol will miss. He's concentrating on you, Brorna. He misses with the first one, but hits you with the second.
No.
So let me just check.
I don't want to have to suck souls to heal myself again. Yeah,
Take
I don't have
12.
to suck. 12. I'm
damage.
sucking his
Sorry?
Pardon?
I'm sucking his...
blood to give me
Sorry?
power.
Yeah, he kind of steps out of the way and literally kind of backhands you with the with his warhammer.
They have one shield.
And to be honest, it'll smash you off your feet.
Yeah, that'll hurt. I'll yell and whimper. Really.
Ow.
I have to say, Medz, Virith, the drow is quite clearly moving towards you. Kind of switched her target from the big, stupid-looking barbarian who she was going to eviscerate to the cunning guy with the bow and seemingly magic. What's your armor class?
16.
Okay, my first is a miss.
She's baned, remember?
Yes, I know. Yep, so it's -4. Her second will still hit you, I'm afraid.
I'm boned.
So, can you give me a con save, please?
I've got no chance on a con save.
So 15. Fail. Right, you take 5 damage from her dagger, and you take 6 damage from the poison. So she'll
hits in one go.
she makes the 2 slices at you. One you manage to kind of literally just get out of the way with using your bow to kind of almost deflect it. The second one, it was almost like she was waiting, and the second one she nicks the back of your wrist, and you feel the poison into your bloodstream straight away. A kind of burning sensation begins to run down the back of your arm. That hurts bad. Amarakis, you are on deck. Oh, inflict wounds.
Hey.
Go.
I like the sound of that.
So do I.
Oh, it's a good one.
Holy.
That is serious.
Okay, could you narrate?
That is
Could
a
you-
time to pull it out of the bag, man. Fucking
Oh my
hell.
god.
Could you, Mike? Would you please narrate the death of Virith, please?
That'll do, pig.
Terrible.
That'll do.
It's a terrible, terrible wound. Interestingly enough, Virith falls and collapses to one side. As soon as she hits the ground, she seems to change. So first of all, her skin goes from its kind of ebony hue to a raw red flesh. Her hair retreats back almost instantly into her skull. And what's left there is what looks like a skinned humanoid. And it switches off in the space of 2 heartbeats. She goes from a drow to this kind of strange dead looking creature. We'll come back.
Meat suit.
It did her so much damage she changed her race. Yeah.
It's so hard you wake up a wood elf.
Yeah. Brorna, it's your go. What's your action, please?
I'm kicking off my other magic missile.
Okay.
And
I will
done
take
it
your.
twice.
I
I'd
will
really
take
like
yours.
to use the second one.
I will in this instance because I'm very generous. Grol will dodge it, so he'll only take half that, I'm afraid.
That is superbly generous. I'm willing to accept that
fine.
rather than a fumble.
Yep. Let's not have magical fumbles. Lumirakas at the bottom of the round, brother. What you doing?
I'm engaging with the king.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my bardic this round to add to his damage.
Okay. We've got to break his AC first. Let's see what we get.
I know, but I'm banking him on doing that, and then trying to get this big bugbear down. Tactical.
Okay, miss.
Shit. 18.
An 18, shit.
Grundak.
Oh man.
18 misses.
Grundak will miss.
You are actually smoking a cigar after killing a human drow thing.
Deserves celebrating.
Have you got some whiskey as well?
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
Jack and whiskey.
so we've got one of the Royal Guards is down. The other one's still up, but very badly hurt. King Grol is still up, and Virith is down. The drow. We are back to the top of the round, Shepherd. Could this be the last round of combat?
Let's hope.
For you.
Probably.
I'm just kidding. Can you roll me before you do any action? Can you roll me your Constitution save, please?
I would like that chance of this shit.
Did you just roll a 17, you lucky bastard?
I did, considering my Constitution is only it's only a +1.
That
was the roll of 16, basically.
and the blessed kiss of the Queen of Stories is sufficient to purge your body of the venom. So yes, your Constitution save means you're able to defeat the poison before it takes further action upon you.
I did not expect that.
Take 2 points. Take 2 points of damage, but that's the last you'll get from it. Okay. And what's your action? Like, hey, babe, you just cured me.
You're so special.
Right, so the elf's down. So there's just the king and the one half battered bugbear.
Yes.
Who is in front of who? In fact, I don't even know why I'm deciding this. That fucking king with his big fucking crazy force hammer needs stopping.
Force hammer.
So I'm gonna have to ping one of my fucking twigs into him. I've used all my alpha strikes.
Do that.
Yep. Okay.
Although I did roll a natural 20.
Right, okay. You thud an arrow into him. It's a critical shot. You you're quite close up, right? You ping your arrow. It hits him right in the eye, and it punches in at an angle, and you can see it punch out of the side of his eye socket. And there's a roar of rage from him as he kind of shakes his head for a second, and then that one still roving eye opens wide, and he'll kind of brandish his hammer.
That's cool. Bye depth perception.
Bye depth perception. I am screwed. Right, let's just do damage. Oh no, that's ridiculous. 17.
Oh!
Hits you for 17 points of damage. He does 2d8 plus 5.
What?
And
my God, if he hits me with that, I am.
He rolls kind of.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of teed himself up before,
much.
and kind of changes target when he sees the kind of inflict wounds that you do on Virith, and just changes angle of attack, takes a step, and smashes it across the kind of back of your head, sending your vision blurred for a second as he hammers it into you. It wasn't a crit, but he got a 19 on the 20, so pretty good.
Sending his brother batshit.
Grol, Grol will attack. He will miss. Oh, you're joking. Miss and miss. Arse. Right, your actions. Assholes. Amarakis, you're on. You've got a bad headache, brother. How many spells have you got left? Is this your last? Okay. No worries. Make me that roll.
There's only him left up. Oh no,
There's
Grundak's still
Grol.
fighting.
There's him and Grol. Wait,
Wow.
it does.
Increases the damage though because you're level 3.
That does a lot of damage and kills him. Yeah. You hit him with it, and again, Malak's divine grace pours from him with a gout of blood as well. And he'll kind of look puzzled and just stagger to the ground. Well, maybe do Grol next time. Brorna, you're on deck.
Okay, my last acid arrow, and then I'm on my cantrips after that. That's me out of spells. So that's not bad. That's better.
That is better.
I think the first number on that is the actual damage, and the second one is the acid burn afterwards.
Please narrate the death of King Grol.
Oh, awesome. So Brorna takes a step back, and a blast of acid furls out from her hands, sprays all over him. He grips himself as he drops to the ground, and his face and body begin to melt away in front of you.
Yeah. Even the pitch of his voice changes a little. He goes, "I'm melting." He kind of paws at what's left of his face. He'll pitch over onto his side, and all is quiet in the room.
Ow.
Ow.
How badly hurt are you guys?
Can I retrieve some health from some dead creatures?
Yes.
Things like that?
You are. Am I right in thinking that you're restoring hit points for every damage point that you do with your spells, right?
Yeah, I kind of. So I should be fully healed then in that case.
It's not 1 for 1.
It's not 1 for 1.
It's not 1 for 1. If you remember, there's an ability.
Sick. That makes you
Feel free to have a look at it, but you have an ability, a necromantic ability, which gives you points back.
But how much? Is that what
it tells you? Please have a look at it.
Right, I will do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
27.
Okay. Yeah, you
out of 31. I'm
all right.
I'm pretty alright, to be honest, after having been smacked about a bit.
Yeah. What about you, Amarakis? Half hits. And what about Shepherd?
Less than half. I've taken 13 damage, and 22 is my top level.
Okay. Grunt.
Yeah.
He doesn't look as bad as Grundak. Grundak's on about 6 from 30 something. Okay. Incoming. It's not an inflict wounds, is it? Whoops.
Thank you.
Okay. That will restore.
I can do the same. I will drop. Is everyone still down? Lots of hits.
Yeah. Grundak probably needs it more because he's proper fucked up.
Grundak kind of extends a hand and says, "No, not me. Save it for Gundren." And he points to the dwarf hung up on the wall.
You forgot about him.
Okay.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So you can. Okay.
Hang on. Right, I've got an 18 on a medicine roll. I want to do as little damage to fucking him as possible. Of how we're going to get him off there. You might tear an artery if you just lift him off.
You suspect that, judging by the shape of it, it's not a barbed hook. So they've been hanging him on this hook whenever they're not torturing him. And you can see when you check him over, he's sort of stripped. To be honest, he's stripped to the waist. There are 4 or 5 puncture wounds in his back where he's been beaten and then hung back on again and again. But he kind of coughs. He coughs blood up. But when you start to Lumi, when you hit him with a heel, it will restore a little of his kind of complexion. He'll growl, "Get me off this thing!" And between you can manhandle the dwarf off the hook. His hands literally look absolutely awful, and by the look of it, next to Grol's throne is what can only be something resembling an anvil. And so he's been using the warhammer to break his hands and torture him. But like I say, this is one tough old dwarf, and he growls, "We can't leave without the map."
Where is it?
Somewhere in here. I was unconscious for a while. I can't remember I don't know where it is, but it's in here somewhere.
It's going to be in the king's quarters, isn't it? Right, I'll start having a ruffle through. So I'll start.
Okay. Yep. You go across.
I'm going to check out the drow, not drow.
Okay. The drow, not drow is a doppelganger. It's not a drow.
Anything on it at all?
Yeah. So it's got a potion of healing. It's got a.
Let's give that to fucking Gundren.
It's got these knives. So you can see the knives are kind of dagger length. So they're probably about 9 to 10 inches long, and the sheaths they're almost kind of, yeah, I suppose you could argue they're slightly bigger, so poison's poured into them, and then when you draw from here, if a poison is still active, it coats the blades. So it's a pair of those, but no poison left. It would seem, but that's all she has upon her, or it. It's probably the nicest way to describe it. It's returned to its true form, so like I say, it looks like a skinned humanoid of determinable sex.
No markings on clothing or markings on skin? No, nothing. No.
Nothing at all, no.
No letter, bad guy this way, nothing like that.
No, I'm afraid. The only other thing that is there is on Virith's pouch. There's a small pouch of coin. So there's 30 gold pieces, 20 silver. So a fair bit of money there. Amarakis, you were having a look at the hammer. The hammer is of dwarven design, and by the look of it, dwarven manufacture. It's a dwarven warhammer, and there is a symbol upon the top of it, which is of a. It looks to you like a sort of. It's almost like a shockwave. That's the kind of thing that resonates to you. And if you take a look over it over a few rounds, you can check it over. You'll notice the dwarven rune for relentless upon it. Okay.
Keep it.
Please add the magical dwarven warhammer relentless to your sheet. There's a +1 warhammer, and it has the ability to cast Thunderwave twice per day. What was Lumi searching through? Did you?
Yeah, no, I don't think I was searching for anything. I will.
Just standing there looking cool.
No,
Flexing.
I am because I've got one heal left and a lay on hands.
Okay.
So I think it's based on the fact that we are still in a stronghold that could still have plenty of assailants. I will drop 9. I'll lay on hands. I'll do a prayer, lay on hands onto Grundak and give him 9 hits back.
Okay. Grundak will kind of seem much more himself after you heal him. His wounds were horrible. And even with your magical healing, leaves some nasty scarring on him from the strikes that he took. And you, Shepherd, you were having a look through the chamber.
Yep, I'm going a rifling looking for this map.
No problem. Yeah, you can find
compartments and things like that.
Yeah, you can find in the corner of the throne room a mattress and bedroll, which has a kind of set of furs on it, which you might assume to be Grol's. This is Grol's bedroll. By kind of pulling that stuff apart, you'll find a stitched leather sack, and underneath the sack is a sort of blood-stained map. There's also in the sack is 220 silver pieces, 160 electrum pieces, and 3 potions of healing. But you'll see as soon as you pull the map out, though, Gundren's eyes light up. You found it. That's our way out of here. Kind of, because he's sort of still swaying a little on his feet.
I will give him the healing potion that I found, because I imagine it'll be quite a meaty one.
Smiles, nods, takes it. You notice he can barely hold it in his hands, but if someone helps
I'll help him. I'll help him.
He'll drain the potion, and you'll notice the bruising on his hands will start to fade away. There's a clicking, crunching sound from his hands as the bones start to re-knit. He'll smile a little in thanks. If you can get me out of here, how far away are we from Phandelver?
Day 2, maybe.
Could you
Straight run south, I think.
I need time to recover, but I need to go and find my brothers. Can you help me? I can pay.
Yeah.
Pay for what? What are you on about?
Help.
Just came and rescued you. Seriously.
Smiles. You came for me?
We did.
Kind of. There's a sort of strange. He seems a little lost for words, as if like he wasn't expecting anybody to come for him. Perhaps he'd resigned himself, and actually, this was where he was going to meet his fate.
We should go.
Agreed.
And he'll kind of stagger along, and Grundak will help him as you head back the way you've come. As you, how are you going back? Are you literally just following your route to get out?
Yeah, back to the posted gate that we've left on the latch.
Okay. As you enter, you step into the kitchens, and you're just about to make your way across. The door on the other side opens, and you can see hobgoblins as their leader steps through. You see him with a curved scimitar. He takes one look at the room, steps in, unsheathes his sword, and kind of gestures to the other doorway. And you'll see 2 of his guys move in that direction. You can see the rest of the patrol behind him as they start to move into the room. What are you doing?
Fucking hell.
I'll back
All right.
The leader raises a hand.
Yeah, I'll be.
Hold there, strangers, he says in common. Who are you and why are you here?
Come to get our friend.
You came for the dwarf.
Yes, we did.
Did Grol hand him over?
No.
There's a bit of a look between them.
They're in charge.
Where is the king?
Melting in a pool of acid in his throne room.
You see one of the guys behind the chap talking step forward and put a hand on his commander's shoulder. There's a look of excitement in his eyes.
Yeah,
He'll step forward and he'll say, I am Targor. It seems you have done us a great service.
Our quarrel is not with you. We now just wish to leave. The fortress is yours.
You'll see his smile broaden.
You'll find no further problem from us. We simply have our friend and now wish to leave.
Indeed. Go in peace then. But know that if the patrols find you on the road, they will be less merciful than I.
They shall not find us. We got here without your patrols seeing us. We can leave the same way.
He nods. Go then.
Enjoy your new home.
Take your friends. Men, to my new throne room, he says with a smile, and there's a roar from several of them as they move forward. You see his guards step there, that this scimitars step to one side and kind of by the postern gate door that they were guarding, they step to one side to let you guys through.
And we will not look like giftfuls in the mouth. That was my last throw of the dice because we had nothing left in the tank.
Oh, no.
You notice,
let's just hope that he wants to take over.
you notice Grundak kind of tightening his grip on the axe as he walks towards them.
No.
You get the sensation that he might be ready for a fight.
Yep.
Just keep walking. Just keep walking.
Kind of growls.
I'll let everyone else leave. I'll leave with Grundak.
You can see that he hates the fact that you're leaving the fight, but resignedly, as you wish. And you guys will head out through the postern gate.
Close the door.
Down.
Cheese it.
I was going to say, head down the slope to freedom. Okay. Yep. You can get clear of the castle. You probably, to be honest, you probably need to make a forced march some way south to avoid the place. You don't want to be too close to it before you rest. But you definitely got a little bit of light left for the day to head south through the forest. But you will have to make camp in Neverwinter Wood tonight.
Yeah.
Better than Cragmaw Castle.